Focus on the few, not the many.
Get laser focused.
Focus yourself.
Want success? Model the best. So today let's learn one of the most common rules that successful people follow. Be focused.
As leaders, I see people getting caught up all the times in little things that will not affect the outcome unless they let it. So I see some white belt below them in the chain of commands going all crazy, grabbing their sleeve, and this leader on the top gets concerned about it and puts time and effort into something that doesn't matter, whether it's a little personality rub, a little ego uprising. It's like, should we do it this way or should we do it that way? It doesn't matter. That's a little sleeve grab. It doesn't matter. And I see people getting caught up on things that don't matter all the time. And what I've realized is it's something that I figured out a long time ago. I don't know when, but a long time ago, I figured out, you know what? That thing doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry about it. That thing doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry about it. That thing doesn't matter. I'm not going to worry about it. That thing matters. I'm going to focus on that thing. And that makes a big difference. It's leadership capital. Because if I'm investing my leadership capital and getting your hand off my sleeve, or trying to do it my way instead of your way, or trying to keep your ego in check, if that's what I'm investing my leadership capital in, I have nothing left to invest in the thing that actually matters.
Focus on the few, not the many. And I've been giving that advice for 25 years. And I was given that advice when I was with the Onassis people. We think about too many different things, and we try to do too many things. Virtually everybody, almost everybody in the group is trying to do too many things. And the most successful, not unlike you, Josh, you focused, once you pivoted on one thing, until you got the ball across the goal line, until you got the deal financed, and until you get the actual money financed and exchange contracts, as it's called in this country, the deal's not over until the fat lady sings, until it's over. And I see, you gave an example being on the 1-inch line 2 or 3 times, and I see a lot of kids falter at the 1-inch line. Either because they're working on something else, or they allow something else to obstruct their ultimate goal.
Did it hurt to have your people, the people who love you, boo you like that?
I didn't know this was People magazine.
No, well, I'd like you to answer. You brought it up yourself. You said emotionally, you had a different reaction.
No, I mean, I don't feel my job is to win a popularity contest right now. I feel my job is to help the team at Apple do the right things to turn this company around so that it can really prosper again. And I think that's going to happen. And if some people, I mean, the markets, we're talking markets now that are so large that there's, someone or some group of people that aren't going to like just about anything we do. But my job's not to win a popularity contest.
Human beings that get obsessed and immersed in any topic can become great at it, and so can you. So pick what you want and get laser focused. Begin to eliminate all the distractions. You are not hungry enough. You are not starving enough, and you are not focused enough. I say this to you as a friend. What are the things that are stealing your focus? Who are the people that are stealing your focus? And begin to eliminate these distractions. Get laser focused and obsessed on what you want. Be starving and hungry to get it. Be desperate to get it. The combination of desperation and hunger with laser focus over an extended period of time is the formula to be great at something. And you can apply this formula. Get laser focused, eliminate distractions, eliminate the things that steal your laser focused on it, your research on it, your obsession on it. Begin to do these things and you will begin to change your entire life.
Also, if you want to learn how to have more confidence, check out my 254 Confidence series. It's free. The link is in the description below.
People want to know how to stop the laziness, and they want to know how to stop the procrastination.
When you have an intention on something that you want to change about your life, your brain helps you.
If you're doing work that you love, you're more likely to follow through. You're more likely to do it because it doesn't feel like work, because you love doing it.
The businesses that were launched by somebody like you, who was working full-time while launching your business, had a 33% less chance of failing than the people that quit their jobs and jump all in. And the reason why is you know how to hedge your bets. You're a little conservative in terms of the risks that you'll take, which means over the long term, your business is more likely to succeed. You asked me, how do I balance my passions? How do you find the time? Because I, like you, have a million things going on. From being an on-air commentator to CNN, to having an incredible partnership with Success Magazine and doing a ton of cool stuff with them, to giving over 80 speeches a year and running a company and having a family. The key is this. You must find 30 minutes before 7:30 in the morning. 30 minutes before 7:30 that you take at home, that you take at a coffee shop, where you organize your day and you work on two things that will push your business forward. 30 minutes before 7:30. Why do you need to do this? Well, because when you walk into work, your day is likely going to get hijacked. And secondly, if you were to take this time every single morning and focus yourself, you're now starting your day having already done work to advance your business, and you're walking into your current job knowing what you need to get done. That's going to make you work smarter at work. I think a lot of people that are working a job full time and also trying to launch a business on the side actually have the time. The problem is that you're not being rigorous and focused about what you're spending it on.
I think there are many, many opportunities we can take advantage of, but I think in life there are only certain moments where you accomplish more in 7 months than you've accomplished in the last 7 years. It's a very different kind of opportunity, right? So when you have those opportunities, you recognize, I will be able to accomplish more in these 7 months than what I've done in the last previous 7 years. You gotta recognize, hey, this is one of those opportunities. I better not f this up. I better not let this slip through my finger, right? It's a very different thing. But people don't have the awareness to recognize this is what that is, right?
How do you know? Like, do you just feel it, or?
You would feel it and you would know. It's very simple. You know, hey, you know what? If this is just like the internet back then,
Yeah.
if this is what I think it is, and this goes the way that I think it would go, holy shit, like where would I be, right? That's all I could think about, right? The first mentor, if I could learn a skill, I wasn't even thinking about it, but if I could learn the skill, high income skill, copywriting, and that would take me at least off this treadmill, because I was not making money, my business was losing money, I wasn't going anywhere, my mom wasn't paying my mom, like taking care of my mom, well then what do I need to do? So if this works and I could have someone that I could go to, like I would take advantage of that, and that's exactly what happens, right? Because I was making like next to no money to making 10K within 1 year. Like it doesn't take a rocket scientist, right, to figure that out. And then from there, because I'm in the industry, consulting and then speaking, it just branches out from there. And then when I took that skill, went on the internet, I'm like, wow, this is like, there's no competition. This is crazy that I'm able to get in this early, back in 2004, right? Like, wow. I wasn't even thinking about, there's no competition. No one is like marketing a ton online. And then I was selling like ebooks and stuff like that way before ebook was popular, right? I was selling it in a .exe file. Because back then you don't have PDF. You need to have a software in order to read the ebook.
It's like a floppy disk?
No, but you need to download software in order to read the ebook, right? And it's like this type of stuff. So that's what I mean. I don't think in life we get more than 3. Like if you get this done, you accomplish this goal, it gets you everything else. What is this thing? You get this, you get everything else, right? You're able to help your mom pay off the debt, buy the car, get the girlfriend, get everything else. If you get this done, everything gets done. Then why do I need to worry about this? I don't need to worry about this. I just need to worry about this. Then I get everything else. But what most people do, oh, maybe I did this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, to try to catch everything. I'm like holding it with 2 hands. I'm so focused. And that's why my life, you see even today, like really, no joke, why I'm only good at a couple of things, maybe a handful of things. Everything else, I'm like useless. Like the most basic thing in life, like cooking, or I don't know how to do it. Because I never spend a minute of my time on those things. I don't know how to turn on the laundry machine. I just don't know. I don't know how it works, because I've never done it. All my focus is on this, nothing else. I block out everything else, and just this. All these day-to-day stuff, doesn't matter.
When I perform, it's just like, I'm just thinking about like nothing except exactly what I'm about to do. If you think about anything else, it'll really throw you off. I've had shows where all I could think about was, something horrible, and it just ruins the show. It ruins you, it ruins your mental state, and it just is not good. So you just gotta shut the fuck up in your brain and just do.
Your chances of success go up in direct proportion to your ability to, 1, pick the right things to work on, and then 2, focus on executing those things. It's so easy as an entrepreneur to get distracted. We love shiny objects, right? We love dreaming up new ideas and chasing these different projects. But if you look at a typical entrepreneur, you'll see that so many of their projects start and stop and start and stop, and you take something 10% through or 50% through or sometimes even like 80% through, but unless you're willing to take it to 100, you're not gonna get the results. You're not gonna get the fruit of your labor, because you're just planting a whole bunch of seeds constantly, but you're never taking care of that seed. You're never watering it, right? If you want to grow a plant, you got to plant the seed, you got to care for the soil, you got to add nutrients, you got to water it daily, it's got to have enough sunshine. You got to look after that seed, where most entrepreneurs, they don't. They're starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping, and you never actually get to where you want to go. People talk about diversification. You need to diversify, you need to diversify. And while that's really great as an investment strategy, if you don't know what you're investing into, it's good to have a big portfolio of different things, so that if one thing doesn't do well, something else is doing well. But it really sucks as business advice. Because if you're trying to do 10 different things at once, they're all gonna be mediocre. They're all gonna be below average, because you're going up against people who are doing that full time and have their focus on it. And so it's much better as an entrepreneur to, 1, pick the things that you want to focus on, right? And then 2, actually focus on it. Do that work. Andrew Carnegie was once the richest person in the world, and he had a great quote saying how he likes to put all of his eggs in one basket, and then you watch that basket carefully, right? It's only a major risk if you're not watching the basket. If you take your eye off the ball, you start looking elsewhere, and then something happens to your industry, right? And so being the expert, being the best at what you do, will always yield more results, more value, more money to you than being okay at 20 different things. Be the best at one thing. Focus.
You have to keep yourself focused on whatever your ultimate goal is. There's stumbling blocks all the way. People get laid off, you have a bad game, you get traded from a team that you don't want to be with. But if your goal and your focus remains the same, that, hey, this is going to happen, and I know I have the skills and I have the knowledge and I have the instincts to dig myself out of this hole, you will dig yourself out of the hole. You have to control the situation. Don't let the situation control you.
When one looks at the crane, standing on one leg, completely focused into the waters, the crane with one pointed attention is looking at the waters as the fishes are swimming inside the waters. The crane will allow the small fish to swim around and not be satisfied with them. It'll allow the small fishes to go around and swim around. The crane will focus and wait for the big fish to come. If the crane settles with the small fish, it'll lose the big fish. And if the crane wants the big fish, it has to allow the small fish to pass by and go around. Similarly in life, when we want to focus on what is important, we should allow the small things to pass by. We shouldn't be distracted by the little things. Sometimes there'll be interpersonal issues and conflicts. Sometimes there'll be some health crises. Sometimes there might be a financial crisis. So many things keep happening in life. Let the small things pass by and focus on what's important.
Now I've got a special bonus script from Dandapani on how to be focused that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, it's time for the 3-point landing questions. Let's go from just watching the video to taking action. Here we go. Question number 1. What are the things that matter that you need to stay focused on? Number 2, what is your ultimate goal that you need to stay focused on? And number 3, how will you stay more present and focused today?
My goal was to have my own business, to be an entrepreneur and make my own money. And
had you been thinking about it while you were in the monastery?
Yeah,
all those years?
the last, well, not all those years. The last couple of years, deciding whether I wanted to leave was probably I wouldn't say probably, was the hardest decision I've ever made in my life, was to leave the monastery.
Yeah.
So the next question would be, what would I do?
You could have ran a web business from the monastery.
Could have. We had the largest website in the state of Hawaii.
Really?
Monks, yeah, monks programmed in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we were trained how to edit movies in Final Cut Pro, design in InDesign, Photoshop. We knew it inside out.
Wow.
Yeah, I learned coding in the monastery.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I literally thought you were preparing for meditation 23 hours a day. I didn't know you were doing
But
anything.
we took those concentration skills into everything that we did. So when we were programming, we focused on programming. You know, when we were building a building, or we were pouring cement on the sidewalk, or sweeping something, or cooking, we focused. Right. So in everything that we did throughout the day, we practiced all the tools that we learned. So that when we sat to meditate, we'd been practicing for 23 hours.
All day. Yeah.
All day, yeah.
If you want to learn how to change your mindset, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
Change your mindset.
Change your mindset, change your life.
You can always change how you think about something.